In this video, we're going to go through on Nanyang Primary School End of Year Examination 2024 Primary 5 Mathematics Paper 2. So let's get started on the first question. So Mr. Tan used 1/8 of water on a Monday. He used 3/2/5 of water on a Tuesday. How much water did Mr. Tan use on both days? Give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. So what we want to do is we have to add these two numbers together, mixed numbers together, right? So I'll say total total used is equal to 2/1/8, and then plus 3/2/5. Okay, so 1/8, and then you have like this, and then you have 2/5. Right, so from here we actually can separate these two mixed numbers, right? So essentially it will just be, oops, I'll just put like this, right? Equal to basically 2 plus 3. Okay, right? In this case, 2 plus 3 plus, and then you have your 1/8, right? Okay, so your 1/8, oops, 1/8, okay, and then plus 2/5. Okay, so I'm gonna put a plus, and then you have your 2/5 over here, like this. Okay, so from here, 2 plus 3 is 5, right? And then you have plus 1/8 and 2/5. So we can make this into simplest form. Simplest form? No, you have to make the denominators the same. So what we can do is we can multiply this by each other denominators. So this will be times 8, and then this will be times 8, and then this will be times 5. We'll put here times 5, and then this will be times 5 as well. So what will this 5/8 become? So this will then become 4 over, no, sorry, not 4, 5/40. Okay, and then plus, okay, so I'm going to put a line over here. 2 times 8 is 16/40, right? Okay, so now we have this. Now we can then simplify it even further. So I'm going to move these all the way over here. Total use. All right, so what is 16 plus 5? Okay, I never put the line yet. Okay, so 16 by 5. So the answer to this is equal to 5. Right, we have 5. And then 5 plus 6 is 21. 21 out of 40. Right. So let's double confirm if everything is correct. So 1/8, 2/5. How much Mr. Tan both on Tuesday? So 2/5. Okay, correct. All right. So in this case, the answer to this question is 21 out of 40, 5, 21 out of 40. There you go. Let's move on to question number 2. So Sandy jogged 4 out of 5 kilometers each day last week. What was the total distance she jogged from Wednesday to Saturday last week? So give your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. Okay, so she jogged this much. I recommend to rest because I'm a runner myself. Injury happens when you don't rest. Okay, but either way, we need to know how many days is from Wednesday to Saturday. So if you count Wednesday to Saturday is equal to 5 days, right? So Monday, Tuesday is off. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sorry, this is 4 days. My bad. Okay, so 4 days, right? So one day she jogged, right? In this case, 4, and then 4/5 kilometers, right? So I'm gonna put like this, then km. All right. So then what about 4 days? Okay, so we need to multiply this by 4. So 4 days, okay, is equal to 4/5, right? Right. In this case over here, so 4 times 4/5. Oops. 4. 4 over 5. So essentially, it will look something like this, right? 4 times 4 plus 4 times 4 over 5. And this will become 16 plus 16 over 5, right? So 4 times 4, and then you have 4 times 45, 4 out of 5 is 16 out of 65. And then we need to make this into a simplest form. So it's basically 16 out of 5 is equal to, in this case, right? So if you were to do your workings, right, you have 5, okay, and then you divide by 16. In this case over here, so you can just like minus 15, right? And this will give you your quotient and then your remainder 1. That's what I see over here. So that means this 16 is equal to 16 plus 3, and then plus your 16 now in this case is 1 over 5. Okay, because your remainder is your numerator. And lastly, finally, okay, this will then become 19 1/5. That's what you see over here. Okay, in this case 19 1/5. Therefore the answer is 19. All right, and then you have 1/5 in this case over here. Right. Okay, so yep, that's about it. All right, so I've rearranged a little bit nicer just to see. That's why I see over here. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Okay, question number 3. So the average mass of 6 girls and 1 boy is 47 kilograms. The average mass of the girls is 45 kilograms. So what is the mass of the boy itself? Okay, so in this case over here, we know that we have number of girls is equal to which girls is equal to 6, and then average girl mass is equal to 45 kilogram, and then so total girls mass is equal to 6 times 45, and we use the calculator. 45 multiplied by 6, this will give us 270. Okay, so this is the first part. Second part is let's say, I'll just say group lah. This one is group. Call this group. Okay, I'm just gonna put here as group. So number number of people in group is equal to 6 plus 1, go to 7, and then average group mass is equal to 47, and then total group mass is equal to 47. Oops, 47 times 7, and this will give us 47 multiplied by 7 is equal to 329, right, kilograms. Okay, so kilograms. Okay, so from here we can get the boys one. So boys mass is equal to 329, and then wait, 47. All right, and then minus 270. Okay, so we use the calculator again. So 329 minus 270, this gives us 59 kilograms. Okay, so the answer to this is 59 kilograms in this case over here. All right. All right, let's move on to question number 4. So ACD is a right angled triangle. ADC over here is 90 degrees. Let me zoom out. This is a very, very big triangle. So I'm just going to put a little square over here. Okay, then BD. So BD and DC is the same. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line like this. BD and DC is the same. Straighter line, okay, like this. All right. So find ADB. So ADB. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a question mark. All right. Okay. Wow. All right. So we know that in this case, triangle BDC is equal to isosceles. So isosceles triangle. Okay. All right. So then we okay isosceles. Okay. What I'm gonna do is so we want to get angle over here. So this angle, right? This angle, right? So this angle is angle DBC, right? In this case, angle CBD, Central Business District, is equal to 180 minus 1 to 1. Okay, and then let's use 180 minus 1 to 1. This will become 59 degrees. That's what you see over here. Okay, so now we know that this is 59 degrees, right? Oops, degrees, right? So that means the other side is also 59 degrees. Okay, so angle CBD is also equal to angle BCD. So BCD, which is also equal to 59 degrees in this case over here. So let me draw this out as well. Right. So now what will be angle ADB? Right. So angle ADB is equal to 90. No. So angle BDC. So angle BDC is equal to 180 minus 59 minus 59. Okay, so 180 minus 59 minus 59. This is equal to 62 degrees. Right, 62 degrees. Okay, so we know that this over here, gonna draw like this, right? Very ugly, will be 62 and then degrees. So from here, I think we can know what is angle ADB. Okay, so angle uh, ADB is equal to 90 minus 62, and this will give us 28 degrees if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let's use the calculator. 90 minus 62, 28 degrees. So the answer to this is 28 degrees. Okay, we have the degrees over here. I'm going to put over like this. All right, so that's the answer, 28 degrees. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. So question number 5 says, Maylee has a roll of ribbon to give to a group of friends. If she gives 0.7 meters of ribbon to each of her friends, she will have 0.4 meters of ribbon left. If she gives 0.8 meters of ribbon to each of her friends, she will be short of 0.3 meters of ribbon. Okay, so what is the length of the ribbon? So this is what we can do. This is what we call excess and shortage concept. All right. Okay. So for me, I usually like to do the units case. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna let what's the length of ribbon be 1 unit. Okay. Okay. So sorry. Not length of ribbon. So we group of friends. Let number of friends be 1 unit. Okay. So scenario one is if she gives, so I will just shift D this. If she gives 0.7 meters of ribbon to each of her friends, she will have 0.4 of ribbon left. So I'm gonna put here as oops, I don't do okay. So this is scenario one. Okay, so if she gives 0.7 meters to each of her friends, she's left with this, right? So that means length of ribbon is equal to 1 unit, and then times 0.7, 0.7, oops, zero point 0.7, and then she will have 0.4 meters of ribbon left. Okay, so that means we plus 0.4. Okay, then this will be 0.7 units plus 0.4. So this is scenario one. Okay, like this over here. Woo, woo. Right, so now let's move to yeah, yeah. Right, scenario two. Okay, so scenario 2, okay, I'm going to highlight this maybe different. If she gives 0.8 meters to each of her friend, she'll be short of 0.3 of the meter. This one. Okay, so this one will be, I'm going to put here as scenario 2. Okay, at the same time, I'm going to highlight this scenario 2. Oops, and then for this is scenario 1. Okay, so for scenario 2, that means length of ribbon will be 1 unit. Multiply by 0.8, and then she'll be short, so minus 0.3, and that means this will be 0.8 unit minus 0.3. Okay, so from here what we can do is uh, like this. Okay, so from here, what's the thing? Okay, so that means 0, so that means 0.7 u plus 0.4. Okay, and then it's equal to um 0.8 u minus 0.3. Okay, so from here what we can do is we can have this and then plus. So in essence we can, okay, well, I think it's easier like this, 0.7 plus 0.4. Okay, so 0.8 minus 0.7 would be 0.1 unit, and then 0.1 unit minus 0.3, and then plus 0.4. Okay, then 0.1 unit is equal to 0.4, 0.4 plus 0.3. Okay, so this will be uh, 0.7, okay, meters. Okay, so 1 unit is equal to 0.7 times 10. This will be, whoops, okay, sorry, 0.07, 7, right? So length of ribbon will be equal to 7 times 0.7 plus 0.4, okay, equal to 4.9 plus 0.4, which equal to 5.3. There you go. Right. So okay. So I'm gonna put here scenario 2 equal to scenario 1. Okay, and there you go. The answer is 5.3 meters. Uh-huh. All right. That's it. Okay, so let's move on to question number 6. Okay, question number 6. The line graph below shows amount of money Liling saved each week over a period of 4 weeks. In which week did Liling save twice the amount of money she saved in week 3? So before that, we want to get the number of gaps. Okay, so if we were to look into this, we have 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap, 4 gap. So in this case, that means 4 gaps is equal to $16. 1 gap is equal to 16, and then we divide it by 4. This will give us $4. Okay, so I'm just going to put this below. Okay, so 4 gaps, right? So in week 1, I think it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna draw a line. So week 1 over here is $16. Okay, right? So for here, I just put here $16. Okay, going black. Okay, so what about week 2? Week 2 over here, I'm going to put pink. Put week 2 over here, and then 32, and then times 2. This is 36.40. So $40 in this case over here. All right. Okay, then what about this week 3? Week 3 will be green. This will be $20. I think we got our answer lah, but let's hold on our thoughts. Okay, and then last one, week 4. Week 4, we will be then this one. which is week 4 will be over here, right? Then we're gonna drop pool. So it's already $60. Right, dollars 60. That's what I see over here. Okay, so now from here, I think we can get the answer. So in which week did Lilian save twice the amount she saved in week 3? So the answer is week 2 over here. Okay, so 2. Week 2. So week 2 is equal to 40 divided by 20. Okay, so week 3 is equal to dollars. What is this? 20. Okay, I'm gonna put the gaps here. Okay, week 3 equal to $20. So yeah, I think pretty straightforward. Okay, how much did Lily save in week 4? $60. Okay. All right. Then next is how much less did Li Ling save in week 1 and week 2? So for here it's just 40 minus 16 equal to $24. Okay, and then we just put like that for $24. Okay, so yeah, that is about it. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 7, right? So two apples cost 30 cents more than a pear. The pear costs 45 cents more than each apple. How much will two such pears and one such apple cost? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna see multi-years equation. C simul simultaneous simultaneous. Okay, simultaneous equation. Okay, so that means let A be apple and let P be pear. So over here, two apples is equal to one pear plus 0.3. Okay, or I just put dollars 30 cents, and then one pear is equal to one apple plus dollars 0.45. Okay, so in this case we can swap one p with, yeah. Okay, then that means I'm just gonna move on to the next part of this space. Two apples is equal to one apple plus 0.45 plus 0.3. Okay, then that means two apples minus one apple is equal to 0.75. One apple is equal to 0.75. Okay, so then one pear. Okay, one pear is equal to one apple plus one apple is 0.75. 0.75 plus 0.45. This gives you, use your handy dandy calculator. 0.5 plus 0.45. Okay, and this gives you dollars 1.2. $1.20. I'm just going for 1.2. So two pears plus one apple is equal to, oops, two pears, one apple is equal to pears. Two pears is 1.2, or 2 times 1.2 plus 0.75. Okay, and this is equal to 2 times 1 point, 2 multiplied by 1.2, 0.2 plus 0.75, $3.15. Okay, and that's the answer, $3.50. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. At first, Mary had 60 erasers and 85 pencils. After she gave away some erasers and 20% of the pencils, erasers and pencils, why did I say apples? She had a total of 118 erasers and pencils left. How many erasers did Mary give away? So we don't know. Okay, first is she gave away some and 20% of the apples. Okay, so we know erasers is equal to 60, and then pencils is equal to 85. So give away pencils is equal to 20%. Okay, times 85. 1/5 of 85 should be 17. Okay, let me double confirm. 20% multiplied by 85. Okay, this will be 17. Okay, so that means pencils left is equal to 85 minus 17, and then this is 68. Okay, 85 minus 17. Okay, then that means it's 68. So uh total erasers and pencils left is equal to 118. Okay, oops, I forgot the left word. Okay, then from there we can see erasers left is equal to 118, then minus 68. This will give us 50. Double confirm. 118, right, minus 68. This is 50. Okay, so now how many erasers did Mary give away? So erasers give away erasers is equal to 60 minus 50. This is that. Okay, so the answer is 10, 10, 10. All right, there you go. So 10 erasers, so just 10. Okay, let's move on to the next question, question number 9. So lines P, Q, and QR are drawn on a square grid inside a box. By joining the dots on the grid with straight lines, draw a trapezium where PQRS such that PQ is parallel to our SR, okay, and SR is twice the length of PQ. Okay, so for this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure how many dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over here we have 5 dots. So this is 5 units. So that means the other side should be 10 units. Okay. Whoop. There we have 10 units. So 5 units at one side. Eh, wait. Oh wait. Oh yes. So 5 units one side, another 5 units the other side. So somewhere here, which is here lah. Okay, so we count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. And then the amount of space, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 units. Whoops. Okay. Count the gaps, guy. Count the gaps. 4 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4 units. One. Okay, so we have altogether 8 gaps in this case. So in this, we'll draw a parallel line to this. That's what we see over here. And then we can just draw like this. Okay, and then we'll have to name, don't forget PRS. We put S over here, a nice little S. Okay, so that is one. So next question. All right, part B. So draw a rhombus QRYZ such that it does not overlap with trapezium PQRS. So rhombus means all opposite sides are parallel and all sides are equal length. So how to draw, right, is basically from one point to the other point, find the direction. Okay, so in this sense, we go from Q to R, we go like this, right? So from Q to R is 5 units, so 5 gaps, right? And then we turn to the right like this, which is in this sense, how many units? 1 unit. Okay, so we do the same from this point. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 5 units. And then we have 1 unit to the right, to the all right, 1 unit to the right. Okay, so this is 1 point, and then let's do again. So go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is 5 units. Okay, and then 1 point to the right, like this. So this is 1 point. Okay, like that. Okay, from here you can draw the line. So from Q, this is it. And then from R, this is it. That's what you see over here. Okay, and then from here you can already join the other two lines. Okay, so I'm gonna delete everything. Okay, delete everything, and then the line will look like this. Padayong, padayong. And there you go. That's the answer. Okay, so we also need to say P, this is QRYZ. So Y should be here, and then Z, whoops, Y, and then Z over here as well. There you go. So that's the answer. This is the answer. PQYZ. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 10. So a bag contains some green balls and some yellow balls in the ratio 4:11. The number of green balls in the bag is 180. How many yellow balls are there? Okay, so green, let's go to 4 units. Okay, so 4 units is equal to 180. Then 1 unit is equal to 180. And then we divide it by what do you call this? 4. This will be 45. Okay, so let's do this 180 divided by 45. 4, sorry, go 45. Okay, so we also know that yellow, dirty fellow. Yellow is equal to 11 units. So 11 units equal to 11 times 45. And what would this give us? Multiply by 11. 490. 495. Not dollars, 495. And that's the answer, 495. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. All right, so part B. Mrs. Singh added some red balls into the bag. Each of the statement below is either true, false, or not possible to tell from the information given. For each statement, put a tick to indicate your answer. Okay, so I'm going to split them into different parts. Okay, so over here we have part part 1. We're just going to put like this. Okay, part 1. So total number of bags in the bag, total number of balls in the bag is 645. So if we were to add the green and yellow, so let's say green plus yellow, right? What will this become? This will be 495 plus 180. So 180 plus 495. Okay, so let's use the calculator. So 180 plus 495. Okay, this will give us 675. 675. However, it says here the total number of balls is 645. So it says in the statement that number of balls is 645. That means this is false. Set live. Okay, I'm going to put that like this. All right, let's move on to the next part over here. Part number 2. Oops, I. Okay, so the ratio of number of red balls to number of green balls is 3:8. Okay, so from here it says here red balls to 3. So red is to green is basically 3:8, right? 3:8 in this case over here. So what this means is that we know the green, so 8 units is equal to the green, which is 180. So 1 unit is equal to, let's use the calculator, 180 divided by 8. This will be 22.5. Okay, so 22.5. So in this case, let me just put a line like this. In this case, we so 3 units is equal to 22.5 times 3 is equal to this is 67.5. 22.5 by 3, 67.5. Yep. 67.5. 5 red balls is 67.5. However, wait. However, however, we can't have half the ball. So in this case, this is also false. Okay, that means this is false in this case over here. Okay, so now we can go to part 3. Right, so part 3 says here 1, 2, 3, whoop whoop whoop, e. Okay, part 3. After Mr. Singh packed the yellow balls into 3 equal box. So one box, okay, is equal to 495 yellow balls. Okay, so no, these 3 boxes, then 1 box. Okay, row blocks, 1 box is equal to 495, and then we divide it by 3 Okay, and this is equal to 495 divided by 3, 165. 165 yellow balls like this. Okay, so over here we know that the green is 180. Green is 185 or 165, sorry, 165. So green is equal to 180. So that means yellow is less than green. Green in bag, so yellow in box, green in bag. That means this is true. All right. Okay. True, true, very true. Okay, like this. Okay, very nice. Nicely done. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Question 11, right? Sam read 35 pages more than 27 of his storybook. There were 175 pages left to read. So what was the total number of pages? So this is, I call it remainder, concept, branching method. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So what this will look like is basically we have his storybook. Okay, and then we're gonna branch out. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna make this into something like this. Storybook over here will be basically he read uh, 2 out of 7 plus 35 pages, which is he read 2 out of 7 plus not read. Read. Okay, so in this case, it will look something like this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And then what's left is, in this case, 175. Okay, so in essence, this is also the same as, right? Oop. Okay, I'm gonna put like this. So what is left in fractions is uh equal to 1, whoops, 1 minus bracket 2 out of 7 plus 35 in this case over here. Okay, left in fraction, so basically this will be 1 minus, okay, 2 out of 7, and then this will be minus 35 like this. Okay, so this will then become 5 over 7 minus 35. So in this case, what is left, uh 175 pages left is equal to 5 out of 7 minus 35 in this case over here. All right, so left in fractions. Okay, so that means, okay, 5 out of 7 of the book or pages is minus 5 to 7 pages minus, okay, basically minus 35 is equal to 175. So that means 5 over 7 is equal to 175 plus 35, which is what? Let me see. 175 plus 35. This will be 210. 210. So 1 out of 7 is equal to 210 divided by 5. Okay. Divided by 5. This will be 42. 42. Then 7 out of 7 is equal to uh multiply by 7. This will be 294. So 7 times 42, 294. Okay, so that's the answer. 294 pages in his storybook. Okay, so lastly, in this case, all right, how many pages did Sam read? Okay, so Sam reads 27 out of 35. So we know 1 out of 7 pages, or 1 out of 7 is equal to 42. 2 out of 7 is equal to 42 times 2, which is 84. So same red, in this case 84, and then we'll see 84 plus 35. Okay, and this will give us, so let's use the calculator. 84 plus 35, this will give us 119. Right, there you go. That's what it looks like. So the answer is 119 pages. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. Question 12. Right. Kevin had a pail containing 6,500 milliliters of water. He poured water from the pail into an empty rectangular container measuring 15 by 10 by 8 centimeters into the rectangular container, uh, and it was filled 5/6 liter with water. So part A, find the volume of water Kevin poured into the rectangular container. Alright, so basically what we want to do is, we get the volume of water, which is equal to 15 times 10 times 8. Okay, and let's use the calculator. 15 multiplied by 10 by 8. Okay, it's 1200 centimeter cube, right? Then water is 5/6 field is equal to 1200, and then multiply by 5/6. Okay, in this case, let me just put it here. Right, then this will then become, so you can just use your calculator as well, times 5. Wait, 5 divided by 6, 1000 centimeter cube. So the answer is 1000 centimeter cube. There you go. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The remaining amount of water left in the pail was then poured into empty identical bottles. Each bottle was filled to the brim. The capacity of each bottle was 575 milliliters. How many such bottles was completely filled? Okay, so that means over here, uh, remaining water. So remaining water is equal to, we have 66,000, 6,500 minus 1000, this will give us 5,500 milliliters. Okay, so from here, number of bottles is equal to 5500, and then we divide it by, we divided by 575. Okay, and what would this give us? 5500 divided by 575. Okay, we'll go to this much, 9.56. 9.5. Okay, 6 dot dot dot, and then we will just round down to be 9 bottles. So that's the answer. 9 bottles. Okay. All right, let's move to question 13. A factory worker packed 880 marbles into 4 boxes, A, B, C, D. Box A had the greatest number of marbles and box D had the least number of marbles. The difference in the number of marbles between box A and the number of marbles in other 3 boxes was 14, 114, and 312. Right? So part A, find the difference in the number of marbles between box B and the box C. So if I were to draw them into models, it will look something like this. So in this case, it says here, find the difference in number of marbles between box B and box A. So you see over here, so difference is between B and C is equal to 14 plus 114. This will give us 128. Here, over here. Oh, so find the difference. Sorry, not this. So it's just 114, not find the total difference. Okay, minus 14, this is 100 in this case over here. All right, so the answer is 100. Okay, so now how many marbles were there in box D? Okay, so in this case, we know 880, 880 is all together, right? So what we want is basically just list down every single thing. So because if you were to split like this, they have 1 unit over here, so 1 unit, and then here's 1 unit. Oops, I'm going to copy this 1 unit over here, 1 unit over here, and then 1 unit over here. Okay, so we know that A, right, is basically 1 unit plus 312. Okay, what about B? Okay, so let's put A. A is equal to 1 unit plus 312. Okay, what about B? B is equal to 1 unit plus 312, but we minus minus 14. So that means this is 1 unit is equal plus, let me see, this is, where's my calculator? 312 minus 14, this will give us 298. Okay, 298. What about C? Okay, so we know this is 298. 298. Okay, I'm gonna draw it here. Okay, so what about C? C is equal to, so since we know this is 298, we know this is 14, 114 I mean. So then C is equal to 1 unit plus 312, right? So if you were to just like, move this 312 over here, I think you know lah, right? So 312 minus 114, this is just minus 100 of 298. So in this case, this is supposed to be 198. Okay, and then lastly, D is 1 unit. So that means 880 is equal to A plus B plus C plus D. So 880 is equal to 4 units plus, then, because yeah, it's 4 units, 312 plus 298 plus 198. Okay, so let's total this up. So in this case, wait, so let me double confirm. 312 minus 114. Okay, this is 198. Okay, great. So 198 plus 298 plus 312. Okay, this will give us 808. Okay, so 4 units equal, so 880. Oops. 880 is equal to 4 units plus 808, right? 808, yes. Okay, and then 4 units equal to 880, 0 minus 808. Okay, so 880 minus 808, this will give us 72. So 1 unit is equal to 72, and then, 1 unit equal to 72, and then we divide it by 4. This will give us 18. Okay, let's double check. Divide by 4, this got 18. And box C is essentially 1 unit, which is 18 in this case over here. Okay, there you go. So there's your Indian. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 14. So it says here the outline of the figure ABCDEFGH is formed by a square and a rectangle and two triangles. So this triangle and this triangle. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so BCDGE, and GFC are straight lines. EG is 13 centimeter, FG, which is 12 centimeter, FG over here, and then HJ is 3 centimeter, and BC and CD is 5 centimeter. So I'm gonna write here also 5 centimeter. Okay, so find the area of the triangle GHE. So find the area of the GHE. Okay, so this one pretty straightforward. Triangle area of triangle GHE is equal to half times base times height. So in this case is GH and E. Okay. So it's basically half times 13 times 3. So let's use our calculator. So half is basically 0.5 multiplied by 13 multiplied by 3. This is 19.5. 19.5 centimeter square. Okay, so let's put this over here. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Part B. Right, so find the area of the figure, all of these over here. Okay, so we also know that, okay, let's find the rectangle and square. Okay, so let's go for the square. So square, all sides are the same, right? Okay, so in this case over here, area of square FCDE is equal to, okay, it's pretty straightforward. 5 they equal to 5 times 5, equal to 25 centimeter square. Oops. Oops. Shift tab. Okay, square. All right. So now we know we want to get the what do you call this? The area of the rectangle. So rectangle ABCG. So area of rectangle A, B, C, and G is equal to, basically is 5. Okay, and then times. So I will say rectangle ABCG, right? Put here area, length. Yeah, correct. Length is equal to 12 plus 5 go to 17, right? So over here 12 plus 5 is 17 centimeter, and then rectangle ABCG, length times breadth, which is 5 centimeters in this case over here, right? So I just put here 5. So area is basically length times breadth, okay, which is equal to 17 times 5, and this will give us 85 centimeters square. Okay, so there you go. Right, so we know the rectangle and we know the area of ABCG. Okay, last one, we want to get the GFEH. So area of figure JGFEHG. Area of figure FEHG. FEHG is equal to, so it's basically the whole triangle minus triangle GHG. So triangle FEG, GFE. Okay, so triangle GFE. So area triangle GFE minus area of GHE. So we know area of triangle GHE. So when GFE. Okay, so from here we can get area of triangle GFE, which is basically half times base times height. In this case, half. What's the base for GFE? Base is 12 and the height is 5. Okay, so half times 12 times 5. This will give us 30 centimeter square, right? Okay, that's what you see over here. So now from here, what we can do is get the line. Okay, so area of GG is minus area of GG, which is equal to basically 30 minus 19.5, which is equal to 11.5 centimeter square, something like this. Okay, so let me use the calculator. So 30 minus 19.5 is, oh sorry, 10. Okay, this is 10.5. Then let me calculate the 30, right? So it's 0.5 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 5 is 30. Okay, so area of figure ABDEHG is equal to the total lah, you see. So in this case, it will be 24 plus 85 plus 10.5. Okay, and this will then become 24 plus 85 plus 10.5, and it's equal to 11.1111. 10.5 plus 20, sorry, 20, it's not 24, it's 25. Then this is 25 as well. Okay, so this should be 25 plus 85 plus 10.5. Okay, so it's 120.5 centimeter square. So you see over here. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer. All right, question 15. In the figure below, ABCD is a rhombus, AE is equal to CD, and ADC is 68 degrees. So find DAC. So in this case, a rhombus is basically, so rhombus has all sides are the same. So in this case over here, ADC is a isosceles triangle. Okay, I always don't know how to write isosceles. Okay, then that means angle DAC is equal to 180 minus 68. Okay, and then we divide this by 2. By 2. Okay, so 180 minus 68. And then we divide by 2. This will then become 56 degrees. Okay, so the answer is 56 degrees. All right, so now the next part is CAE. So CAE in this part. So how to get CAE? So we know that AE is equal to CD. So AE is equal to CD, right? So in this case over here, if AE is equal to CD, right, that means it's also equal to AB, right? So AE is equal to CD because CD is also equal to AB. That means this over here, let me put the red line. Let me put the red line. Okay, so red line over here. Okay, AE is equal to CD. Then red line over here. Okay, like this. So that means AB and AE is the same. Okay, put a red line over here as well. Okay, like this. Alrighty. Okay, so they are all the same. So that means in this case, AB and AE. So I'm gonna put these two here. Oops. X. I'm gonna put double black line. Okay, command Z. So this is one. Oops. One, two, and then one, two. Okay. So that means ABE is a isosceles triangle again, right? Okay, and then we know ABE. So DAC is equal to angle ABE. So ABE. Okay. So from here, this is because opposite opposite angles in rhombus is the same. Okay, so we know AB is 68. Since AB is an isosceles triangle, that means angle ABE is equal to angle AEB. Angle AEB, right? So let me third. Okay, so I'm gonna put here as well. All right, so angle AEB. So now from here we can solve this part. So angle BAE, BAE, angle BAE. So we know this angle is 68 degrees, right? So 68 degrees. So angle BAE is equal to 180 minus 68 minus 68, right? So in this case over here, 180 minus 68 minus 68. Okay, this will give us 44 degrees. All right, so this is 68. This is 68 as well. And then I'm just going to draw this here. And then now we know that this is 44 degrees, right? So we has 44. All right, so at the same time, We also know that this is 56 degrees. Ooh, 56 and then degrees, right? So this is 56. And also, the best part about this is this whole thing over here. I'm going to put this in green. This whole thing is also, you guessed it, 56 slash degrees. Okay. So angle BAC, right? Angle BAC is also 56 degrees. So that means angle CAE, right? CAE is equal to 56 minus 44. This will become 12 degrees. And that's the answer over here. Oops. Okay. 12 degrees black. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. All right. So a tap was turned on to fill an empty 68 liters tank. It took 8 minutes to fill the tank completely. What was the rate of flow? Okay. So 8 minutes to fill up 68. So per minute, right? 1 minute is equal to 68, and then we divide it by 8. Okay, there's a decimal. Definitely 68 divided by 8. Okay, there will be 8.5 equal to 8.5 liters. Oops, liters. So the answer to this is 8.5 liters per minute. Okay, all right. Put here per minute, right? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Part B. The same tap was used to fill an empty 700 liters tank and was turned off after 75 minutes. How much more water was needed to completely fill the 700-liter tank? Okay, so in this case, 75 minutes is equal to 75 times 8.5. Okay, so multiply this by 75. Okay, this will be 637.5. Okay, let me double confirm. Okay, 8.5. All right, 63.5 liters. All right, so how much more water was needed to completely fill the tank? So it's basically 700 mm, um, water needed to fill the 700-liter tank. Go to 700, then minus 63, 7.5. And what is this equal to? All right, 700 minus 63, 7.5, 62, 5 liters. Okay, so the answer is 62.5 liters in this case over here. Okay, so last question. Eric uses gray squares and white squares to form a figure. Shows the pattern. So this is what it looks like. So figure 1011, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to complete the table for figure 6. Okay, so in this case over here, all right, so we have 1, 1, 4, 3, 4, 9. So let's see over here. So 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. All right, so from here, let's do the bottom one. Okay, so from 1 is to 3, this will give, this is just plus 2, right? Oops, plus 2. Okay, then from 3 is to 6, this is plus 3. Okay, from here to here, this is plus 3. Maybe I'll just do like this. Okay, so easier to see. Okay, whoop, 3 and then 1 plus 2 like this. Okay, arrow from 6 to 10. Okay, and then this is plus 4. All right, and then arrow from 10 to 15. This is plus 5. Okay, what do you think the next one will be? From 15 to 6, this will be plus 6. So you see over here. Okay, so the answer to this is 15 plus 6 is 21. Okay, so now the next one is we have 1 and 1, 4 and 4, 9. This should be 9 also. Okay, right. And then, so for figure 6, um, this is plus 4. So if you were to see figure 5, number of gray squares, which is the white, one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for figure 5. Oh, no, sorry. Then if you see over here, it starts from 2. And then after that, for the gray squares, it adds 4, right? Then total will be 6. So that means the next one will be 2, 4, 6. So we add 6 in this case. So this will be 12 in this case over here, right? Okay. Okay, so for part B, find the number of white squares in figure 10. So in this case, figure 10 is an even number because you can see lah, 4 and 9. Okay, so for this, essentially, I'll just show you lah, right? So basically, you just have equal to 2 divided by 2, right? 2, and then multiply by itself like this lah. 2 divided by 2, okay, and then times 2 divided by 2. Okay, so is this the same with the rest? Yes. Okay, so in this case, uh okay, then 4 divided by 2 times 4 divided by 2, and then the last one will be 6 divided by 2 times 6 divided by 2. So that means, let me just push this here. Okay, so this is the pattern. So that means for figure 10 is equal to yeah, so this one I'll just highlight it so it's easier to like obviously see. 2 and then 2, and then you have this 2 highlight, 2 highlight, then you see lah, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, so ding dong ding. Okay, so in this case it's equal to 2 times 1 times 1 equal to 1. Okay, and then this will equal to 2 times 2 equal to 4. And then in this case, 3 times 3 equal to 9. So figure 10 will be 10 divided by 2. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this. I don't know highlight anymore, or I should actually. Okay, whatever. Okay, so basically this one, figure 10 will be just 10 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2, and 10 divided by 2. So this will be equal to 5 times 5. This will be 25. Okay, that's the answer. The answer is 25. Okay, so yeah. Okay, can I make this smaller? So at least, yes, I can. I'll make this like that, like that. Okay, and then same goes to this. Okay, there you go. So now at least you see the pattern here. Okay, 10 is an even number and we see the pattern from here lah. Okay, so now let's move on. Find the total number of squares in figure 77. So total you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we just add accordingly, right? So like for figure 1 is just equal to arrow 1. Then figure 2 is 1 plus 2, right? Which is equal to 3. Then figure 3 is 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to, in this case, 6, right? This is figure 3. Okay, so that means for figure 77, I'll put a dot, figure 7, okay, is equal to 1 plus 2 plus everything. Okay, right, where dot plus 76 and then plus 77, which is equal to we don't know. So you can actually manually count if you want, but what I usually want to do is to make this easier. So basically we just need to find pairs, right? So we have, right, so it should look something like this. In this case, I'm going to put this pretty small. If final number is odd number 77, then we have 77 on its own and start from 1 plus 76. So like this lah. Okay, so all right, so that means pair is equal to 76 plus 1 equal to 77. Okay, then number of pairs is equal to 76, and then we divide it by 2. This will give us 38. So total is equal to 77 times, so 38 times 77 plus 77. Okay, so from here we have 38 multiplied by 77. Okay, and then plus 77. Okay, the answer is 3003 in this case over here. All right, and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna move all of this over here. Okay, so this will be 303. All right, that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what other things you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.